Okay, we can watch the Tachyon one, but I only have the one Tachyon one. Golshi's special kind of gambling. Golshi is true gacha.
Rivalries are something all too common in Umamusume. A strong rival, in most situations, present the ability for our protagonists to push past their boundaries and overcome hardship. In having strong competitors, the only option is to dig deep and work as hard as you can to break past your limits. Beginning of a New Era is a prime example of showcasing that pursuit of greatness in Umamusume. However, what happens when your rival is someone completely untouchable? A presence so overwhelming that it would shatter all confidence someone would have.
Oh.
The history of Japanese horse racing has seen many strong competitors come and go as the years have progressed. Rarely do we see such dominating careers as Symboli Rudolph and Katsuragi Ace. Maiden debuts are normally where these horses shine, showing a new audience what they're capable of. But what happens when all expectations are shattered? When the audience is shown the sheer potential a new racer has? One who would dominate the racetrack and disappear as quickly as they came, leaving behind such a strong legacy that would usher in a new era of horse racing. This is the story of Agnes Tachyon, the Phantom of the racetrack.
The Phantom?
Unlike other videos, this one will be surprisingly short. Agnes Tachyon's racing career isn't that extensive, but it is the importance of his participation in his short career that would solidify him in horse racing history. Agnes Tachyon was born on April 13, 1998, and from the very beginning had clear potential to be a strong racehorse.
Oh, so when Tachyon was born is when the golden generation were racing, right? So it was special week and Suzuka and there and El Condor Paso, they were racing at this time. It's crazy how like just a couple of years can separate horses, huh? Tachyon and crew were a few years behind Golden Gen. It's interesting because it's like the what if scenario in Umamusume is what if they were all the same age and they were able to compete against each other, right? You can't just tell based on their records. The what if is really like, oh, if you actually pit the greatest of the greats against each other, would they have pushed each other to be even more impressive, right? Because like if the horse is racing and they see other horses ahead of them, it probably spurs them to want to pass them even more. Umamusume live action, true. You think Goldship would have dominated? You see, Goldship is composed of like spite and a whimsy. So you have to roll the dice every morning and see if he's willing to actually live up to expectations and his capabilities. It seems like most of the time he just doesn't really want to do it, which fair, you know? If he's still getting fed, he's still getting paid, why does he have to work hard? Rudolph, Deep Impact, or Almond Eye? I don't know Deep Impact or Almond Eye, though. Yeah, TM Opera was max peak. Yeah, 2000. So, Tachyon was going against TM Opera? Because first year is their maiden year. They have like, they train, and then they debut at the end of it, and then at year 2 and 3 is their prime. Right? Oh, I see. Almond is a mare that hold the record for most G1s with... Really? A mare? That's really impressive. Not just a stallion.
Tachyon's sire was Sunday Silence, a famous racehorse from America who'd been brought over to Japan.
Who have we heard that from?
Sunday Silence was one of the best sires that Japan had ever seen, displaying strong pedigrees to pass down to the various children he'd have in his retirement.
We needed a
strain
of American.
Sire that was famous, but his dam as well.
We
the dam
needed
of Agnes
USA
Tachyon
genes.
was Agnes Flora, a well-known racehorse, most notably placing first in the Oka show. Agnes is a clan name which shows Tachyon's lineage, and the name Tachyon is defined as a hypothetical particle faster than the speed of light.
Yeah.
From birth, expectations were high for
nice
Tachyon
name.
to fill the shoes of both his mother and father's history. Though Tachyon displayed a strong lineage, he would not be seen as a favorite to win his debut race. Tachyon had not seen much training in comparison to his competition, leading many to believe that his abilities wouldn't be as sharp against other horses at the debut. Tachyon would claim victory in this debut race over the fan favorite rebroadcast, cementing his position as a fierce competitor. In some cases, debut races are the only first place finishes some horses achieve. However,
Really?
for Tachyon, it would only be the beginning of a string of multiple victories to come. Tachyon's debut race would also show the audience that he was far above the capabilities of other newcomers. During the final spurt of the race, Tachyon would clear 600 meters in 33.8 seconds. Most racehorses average a time of 35 to 36 seconds to clear the same distance, with notably strong horses being able to barely lower that time to 34. Tachyon wasn't only winning debut races against newbies either. In his very next race, Tachyon would challenge some of the greatest names to come in this era of racing, one of the most notable being Jungle Pocket. Pocket, the main character in Beginning of a New Era, isn't anyone to scoff at either. Pocket
Beginning of a New Era? Is that's like is it a short series or something? I don't think it's one of the seasons, is it? Tachyon is the main for the movie? Oh, yeah. Several. How many movies are there? How many movies? Yeah.
Pocket's career, though not as impressive as Tachyon's, would end the dynasty of TM Opera O, an undefeated G1 racehorse, and officially usher in a new generation of horse racing.
So this is the end of TM Opera.
Pocket wouldn't only defeat a strong Japanese racehorse, but also would stand atop the strongest in the world, claiming victory in the Japan Cup in 2001. Umamusume portrays Agnes Tachyon as an Uma obsessed with pushing past her own limits. She wishes to see how far her body can go before breaking, and the true peak that an Umamusume can reach while racing. She's absolutely obsessed with this research and is rarely seen training or taking anything else seriously. In the anime, her presence is eerie, almost haunting as we first encounter her alongside
why is she so
Jungle
creepy?
Pocket. It isn't just the first meeting that proves offsetting, but the deranged nature Tachyon shows on the racetrack. During Tachyon's second race, at the Radio Tampa High Zansei Stakes, the anime would showcase just how overwhelming Tachyon's racing style was for her opponents. Tachyon's real-life counterpart wouldn't just win this race, but also would set a record time. It would be following this race, and after only 2 races in total of his career, that Tachyon's trainer, Masayuki Nagahama, would set his sights on making Tachyon the next Triple Crown racehorse. After making this decision, Nagahama would schedule Tachyon's next race to be the Yayoi Show. The Yayoi Show is seen by many as a prelude to the Triple Crown series. Should Tachyon place first in this race too, it would only further solidify Nagahama's belief that he could be the next Triple Crown recipient. By this point in Tachyon's short career, he would become well known by both trainers and jockeys alike. One peculiar thing about the 2001 Yayoi Show is a low number of horses participating in this race. Normally, the Yayoi Show is a place where the strongest congregate, all with dreams similar to Tachyon's, to seize the next Triple Crown. However, due to Tachyon's entry, several trainers would pull from the competition.
Oh my god.
Tachyon's sheer presence alone was a force to be reckoned with, once more, clearly displayed in Beginning of a New Era.
That's actually horrifying, guys. Just because they entered, everyone pulled out. They were like, oh, what's the point? What's the point of even racing? Like, dang, you don't even want to try and go for second at this point. Wow.
Unsurprisingly, Tachyon would win the Yayoi Show without any issues. Tachyon's jockey,
Cloudy Heavy, too.
At this point, also firmly believed in Tachyon's capabilities to seize a Triple Crown. This wasn't a close race whatsoever. Tachyon had won by 5 horse lengths over Born King.
5?
Once more, displaying to the audience that Tachyon was in a league all his own. In the anime, Cygames pays close attention to Tachyon's name, displaying her running state as if she's chasing an ideal form of herself. This is the pinnacle of Tachyon's dream, to truly break the limits of a normal Umamusume, living up to the name given to her. With an overwhelming victory at the Yayoi Show, it comes as no surprise that a month later, Tachyon will be entered in the Satsuki Show, the first step to achieving the prestigious Triple Crown. Once more, Tachyon would enter the race against Jungle Pocket. This would also mark Tachyon's first G1 race in his career. It would come as no shock that Tachyon would place first in the Satsuki Show, displaying an
Jungle-
effortless victory
Jungle
once
Pocket.
more over a group
Ooh.
of tough competitors.
Why is she so creepy? Okay, you know when they do like the really close-up zooms of like Olympic runners or like like the athletes from like tennis and stuff like that, and they're just always in like really ugly grunting positions. I kind of get it here. I kind of get it. With Jungle Pocket, like ugly crying though, that's a little mean. Like that's a little over over borderline. Like at least make them cute cry. They're girls still, okay? They're delicate maidens at the end of the day, you know? Right? Like I can understand making Tachyon look crazed because Tachyon's like, oh, so inhuman. She's like kind of scary and nobody wants to like challenge her. But poor Jungle Pocket right there. Where's the Jungle Pocket scene
Chill.
again?
Displaying an effortless victory once more over a group of tough competitors
Oh, that was
based
before.
on his career. It would come as no
This one! Poor Jungle Pocket. I thought she was a main character, huh? Huh? Man. Wow, that's just cruel. This is cruel. Movie budget frame. Hey.
Are you enjoying the video? Hi, I'm Meimi, and this is Hattie. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing to my main channel. These clips are from live streams I do every week. Thank you!
Good job showing how devastating this was for her. 0-3 against Agnes. I mean, I do feel bad for her. It's really just you're just born in the wrong generation, right? You're just born in the wrong time period. Against a genius.
is no shock that Tachyon will place
You
first in the
make this
Sasuke
face
show,
too. We have no
displaying
stamina.
an effortless victory
She's
once
running on
more
guts.
over a group of tough competitors. When finishing this race, Kawachi would hold up one finger over his head, signifying this was the first of 3 wins for the prestigious Triple Crown title. In the anime, this was shatter Jungle Pocket and drive her to push as hard as she could to catch up to Tachyon,
Oh no.
declaring her as her rival and vowing to beat her. Despite this, as real-life events would recall, Jungle Pocket would never get that chance. In the anime, Agnes Tachyon, following her 4 consecutive wins, would announce a sudden retirement, chalking it up to seeing the potential in Jungle Pocket to surpass a barrier Tachyon couldn't reach.
Oh.
Keeping true to her normal personality, Tachyon states that it's not important that she keeps racing, as she has already proven her strength over Pocket, only driving home the emphasis of their difference in strength. The sudden retirement of Tachyon will reflect a brief examination that he'd undergo before the Tokyo Yushun. On May 2nd, 2001, it was discovered that Tachyon had a bowed tendon in his front left leg. Though not as severe as other Umas we've covered in previous videos, the injury was enough to cause his trainer to retire him on August 29th. The Tokyo Yushun would take place on May 27, 2001,
At least it wasn't
with
a
Jungle
rush hour
Pocket taking
incident.
first place. This caused major controversy to stir, seeing how with Tachyon's absence, Pocket was able to steal a victory. This sudden retirement, as reflected in the anime, came as a harsh blow to horse racing fans.
That feels really sad, doesn't it? Like, because your strongest rival is gone, you win. But like, how do you ever surpass them? You'll never be better than them. Agnes Digital? This isn't about Agnes Digital, but yeah, there's her in the frame, I suppose. I don't think was she even racing at this time period? It is Golshi week, it's true. I already watched Golshi before though, so this is Tachyon. The movie was pretty much how the Pocket deals with never being able to race against her rival again. Yeah, that's rough. It's like imagine if you had there was like a golden child, right? A golden child who has done everything right in life and been better than you your whole life, and you're like, well, I'm going to surpass them, and then they end up like just disappearing. At least he didn't die. At least Tachyon's not dead. Better that they retire early than face like an early death. That would have been bad. But still, like, you could never defeat that phantom. That what if, right? That's so sad. Scarlett's here because she's actually Tachyon's daughter. The lineages in this game. 2,000 plus children. Well, I mean, seeing how good Tachyon is, I would imagine they'd be very popular, right? Let's see.
Retirement, as reflected in the anime,
We're
came as a
rooting
harsh
for her.
blow to horse
Can't
racing
believe it.
fans. Many firmly believed in Tachyon's capability to obtain the Triple Crown, and the race records following his retirement only acted to solidify that claim. In addition to the Sasuke Show and Tokyo Yushun, the Kika Show would also be won by a competitor Tachyon would beat effortlessly in past races. Manhattan Cafe would claim the Kika Show victory with Tachyon's absence, making both remaining Triple Crown races won by horses Tachyon had previously bested.
They look so
This would
mad!
lead people to give Agnes Tachyon the nickname of the Phantom Triple Crown, a racehorse who clearly would have dominated in his era of racing. A presence so strong that it led some to withdraw from the competition entirely against him. In the anime, as Umamusume does, the aim is to honor the legacy that would follow Tachyon's retirement.
Okay,
Jungle
but that's
Pocket
so
would try
annoying.
time and time again to
Sorry. I just imagine, okay? Like you finally have an opportunity to win. You finally can get first. And like this stupid competitor horse is always there in the sidelines mocking you. Takyon's just always like, I could have won with a better time. Oh, that was your best? Yeah, have fun with a free win because I'm not there. Annoying! Annoying! Right? Manhattan Cafe is very cute though. I like her design a lot. She's also, how many like airheaded kuderes are there? There's so many. She's also just kind of in her own world. I know, yeah, R.I.P. Grass Wonder. R.I.P. Grass Wonder yesterday.
In the anime, as Umamusume does, the aim is to honor the legacy that would follow Tachyon's retirement. Jungle Pocket would try time and time again to convince Tachyon to continue racing. However, hiding her injury and true motives, Pocket would only be met with the same answer each and every time.
Tachyon never tells them about the injury in the story? That's really sad. What? That's like an extra dynamic. That's uncalled for. Wouldn't you feel so immensely like, I don't know, you have so much unresolved trauma at that point because your rival quit and it seems like your rival thinks you're not good enough and they already proved themselves, but they actually just never say that they were injured. So then afterwards you find out you were just super guilty because you were trying to goad them the entire time.
Tachyon had already proved her dominance over Pocket, and through this, Tachyon wanted to see just how much further Pocket could surpass her. The remainder of Beginning of a New Era follows Jungle Pocket's internal struggle with never being able to compete with Tachyon again.
Wow.
Her rival had essentially vanished after proving undefeated strength on the racetrack. During this time, Tachyon would seem content with this decision, the seeming injury she'd gotten having prevented her from truly realizing her full potential. It would be at Jungle Pocket's race at the Japan Cup that Tachyon would realize that she didn't want someone else to reach that point for her, but instead, she'd aim to reach it herself.
Huh?
Through Jungle Pocket's perseverance, even with Tachyon's absence, her resolve had shifted, ending the movie off with the defeat of TM Opera O and ushering in the new era of Umas. These being Dansu Flame, Manhattan Cafe, Jungle Pocket, and Agnes Tachyon. Though this video has given away some aspects of the movie, I highly suggest watching Beginning of a New Era. For how short the runtime was, it really is one of the best things Cygames has produced in the Umamusume anime universe. Following the real horse's retirement, Agnes Tachyon would participate in retirement races, which are far less competitive than the previous victories he'd accumulated over his career. Both Tachyon's jockey and trainer stated that Tachyon simply loved to race, and all of his monstrous victories could simply be due to that fact. In addition to participating in retirement races, Tachyon would also become a highly successful breeding stallion,
See, he's not
being
that chunky.
named the lead stallion in
Fit and
2008.
handsome
Some
stallion.
notable offspring of Tachyons were Deep Sky and Daiwa Scarlet. Tachyon would pass away suddenly in 2009 due to an acute heart failure. Today, Tachyon is still remembered as a phantom Triple Crown racer, one who suddenly emerged and was extinguished before he could recognize greatness. Even though his career was brief, Tachyon aided to usher in a new era, but sadly, couldn't be a part of it. This was the story of Agnes Tachyon,
The footnote is very
the phantom
sad.
of the racecourse who redefined the racing world.
They didn't get to live. They didn't get to live super long, I suppose. When were they? How long were they alive? They passed away kind of suddenly. Then they didn't get to live. I don't know, 30 years munching grass. Oh, it's okay. At least they left a really strong legacy. So the story is the fall of TM Opera's era and Jungle Pocket actually getting their goal in the end here. I didn't expect that. I like that like little extra story beat they added. Obviously, that's not something that like happened in real life, because Jungle Pocket's just living, you know, with Tachyon rent-free in her brain. Because Tachyon just can't race anymore. But like at the end of the movie, it seems like Tachyon finally acknowledges Jungle Pocket as a rival. Before, she was always just kind of like, it looks like she was like a mentor figure, being like, do your best, keep the, you know, trying. I don't need to try anymore, but also like I can't try anymore. But the very end, it seems like she finally acknowledges her strength as well. Yeah, that was just a movie, but that's kind of nice. 2009 makes her 11. Oh, him 11. Only 11. That's not very long. But they did do some retirement races, so he was having fun at the very end, at least. The role, yeah. Stole the movie, even though she was owning it for a few minutes. I'm not gonna lie, Jungle Pocket doesn't really seem like a main character type of character. Tachyon seems so much cooler. It's not Jungle Pocket's fault. Jungle Pocket's just not a genius. You know, the sheer difference in like the storyline of like, do we support someone that just has a typical story of working hard and overcoming, you know, the phantom of her rival, or do we just usually are compelled to like geniuses? We like all these horses that have done what no other horse has done before, right? They're just like naturally more charismatic of a storyline. It's the R farming is real. Another tragic horse is Fuji Kiseki. Yeah, a lot of early retirements. It's risky being a racehorse. Jungle Pocket's a pretty goofy name. Like the other ones aren't goofy names. Come on. I guess Agnes Tachyon is a pretty cool name. It's true. Wow, there's like a particle of light. Speed of light. Naruto and Sasuke. But Naruto and Sasuke still fought in the end. It's like if Sasuke never came back and Naruto just had to chase after what he thinks is the ideal, right? Yeah. I mean, I feel like this movie would be pretty cool just because of these crazy animations. What is this? Their budget went into Tachyon. That's why Jungle Pocket isn't as popular. I don't hear anything about anybody liking Jungle Pocket as their main horse, but Tachyon, there's like so many Tachyon fans. So much Tachyon art. She beat TM Opera. Oh, yeah, I can see like that, but even so, I see more fans of Manhattan Cafe. And Manhattan Cafe doesn't seem to be in this a lot yet. Maybe in her own video. Also, I heard Tachyon and Cafe are friends, no? they have like a rivalry aspect between Pocket and Tachyon, but Tachyon seems to get along with Cafe, or rather, Cafe is immune to Tachyon. I think that might be a better way to put their dynamic. Yeah. Did you watch the McQueen one? No, I haven't yet. They share a room. Oh, they're roommates? The closest fans have to Makima from Chainsaw Man. I don't know anything about Chainsaw Man though. Bad guys are cooler? Yes. Bad guys and geniuses are cooler. I'm sorry, Rock Lee. You're cool in your own right. I'm sure you have your own fans, but yeah.
Unbeaten, unstoppable, legendary. Prepare to meet the Japanese racehorse whose brief career became pure myth.
Let's just
This
see
is
the
Agnes
horse.
Tachyon, known as Japan's Phantom Triple Crown winner. He retired with a perfect undefeated record, 4 wins from 4 starts. From his debut to his final race, the G1 Satsuki Show, he dominated every start. In the G3 Radio Tanpa High, he broke the track record, easily beating future G1 champions Jungle Pocket and Crow Hunet. His trainer said he was better than his brother, and the rival jockey joked he was too strong after Agnes Tachyon crushed the G2 Yayoi Show by 5 lengths. Sadly, an injury forced him to retire just before he could pursue the Triple Crown. Agnes Tachyon remains a legendary figure, his raw speed, forever unbeaten. What do you think of this incredible, unbeaten horse?
Only 4 races. Only 4 races, not 4 wins. So impeccable legend, and I guess can never lose. never lose that win streak. You just log off. It's like you win, and you're like, all right, I gotta stop here. Gotta stop on a win. I'm done for tonight and forever. Never losing. But still, I mean, I can totally see if Agnes Tachyon had never been injured, they probably would have been, I don't know, been to like even higher heights, like Suzuka level of like popularity and like dominating everyone, no? And how and Cafe said they were the one that like the most like Sunday silence among his fouls? Is it because they were also a black horse? What do you mean call him a fraud? He's not a fraud. He's a good horse.